What's up, you guys? Welcome to Kouch Chronicles,
where we talk about all things real life.
I'm Kristen.
I'm Kelsey, and this is episode
34.
And this is a super fun one. If you follow us on Instagram, you know that. If you don't follow us on Instagram,
What are you doing?
you're kind of out of the loop right now.
At Couch_Chronicles.
And for the next few seconds, you're going to be the only ones who don't know what we're about to do in this podcast episode. So just let that sink in. Okay, we'll tell you now. All right, so shout out to Sports Idiot Nation. They gave me this idea, so we're going to take it, but we're going to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay? What month are we in right now, Kristen?
Oh, we are in the month of March, Kelsey.
And what are some significant things that happen in March? We already had one.
The biggest thing I can think of is March Madness.
Yeah. So, in honor of March Madness,
we're going to fill out our own bracket.
We have a whiteboard.
But not just any bracket. Who's competing today, Kelsey?
Today, we're going to learn a lot about the men that Kristen and I have dated, had a fling with, gone on a date with in the last, what would you say, 4 or 5 years?
Yeah. And we have picked our top 8 from that time.
On our own, individually. And we have ranked them in our own minds.
Yeah. 1 through 8.
So
1 being the best, obviously. 8 being the worst.
Yep. We're just going tops. We're going Sweet 16 here.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do my entire side of the bracket, Kristen's entire side of the bracket, and then the championship game will be Kelsey versus Kristen. And we're going to see who the best man is.
I feel like I already have an idea, but I'm ready.
And here's the thing about this. We're not going on one specific like quality or like subject or what's the right word? Criteria?
No. It like could be any reason why we think that this person wins. In like
Literally
what aspect?
Anything. Yep. So this will be very interesting. So I think we should jump in.
I think we should too.
I have the pens, so you go ahead and read yours first.
I'm nervous. And you tell me what order we're doing.
Okay. All right, Kristen. Who is number 7 on your list?
Number 7 is a guy I like to call Petite Guy.
Oh! Petite Guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Petite Guy is
not
petite.
Not number 8.
I know who number 8 is. Okay. We'll get there. Yeah.
Okay.
It better be who I think it is. All right.
I don't think it is.
Oh, fuck. Really?
I'm so excited.
Oh, my God.
Okay. I'm so excited now. I knew how I ranked them would be controversial.
Yeah, because if who I'm thinking of isn't 7 or 8, I'm confused.
Okay.
Okay. Number 2. Who's your number 2? I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
You guys, I rank this in the most like diabolical way.
Wait, did you have like one specific thing you were thinking of with this?
No.
Oh, okay.
Literally whatever. I was like,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Number 2 in my lineup is Skinny Ginger.
Okay. That's not who I was thinking of. So Skinny Ginger is number 2 somehow. I feel like I'm going to have more questions once we finish your list.
Yeah. That's fair.
Maybe it'll make sense. Right now it doesn't to me, but that's okay. It's your opinions. Okay. Who's number 4 on your list? Oh my God.
Number 4 is the nurse.
Bro.
Just be patient and hear me out.
Okay. All right. Number 4 is going to be competing against number 5. Who's number 5? Dude.
Rugby guy.
Huh? Okay. Okay.
I knew this would be so confusing.
What? Okay. Here's the thing. Also, when we actually start like picking these, she doesn't get to just pick, or else it would be her number 1 versus my number 1. Like it's gonna be like conversation. We're gonna kind of debate it.
Yeah.
Because this is whack so far.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Who's your number 3? I'm afraid to ask. Who's your number 3? Kristen.
Beer chugger.
When you say beer chugger, all that I think about is that scene of your life. And I need to get it out of my head. Okay. All right.
I'm like dreading asking
I am.
me.
I don't want to ask. Who is number 6?
Lumberjack.
Okay. I'm glad he's in the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I feel he should be number 8.
I thought that you would think that, but I feel like I have pretty sound reasoning for my rankings.
Okay.
And I'm going to walk you through it once we're finished.
Who's your number 8?
My number 8 is Booth Guy.
You know what? Yes, that actually makes so much sense for you because I feel like that was your literal worst nightmare.
It was.
Yeah.
It was so terrifying.
Yeah.
I was so scared.
Yep, that makes sense. All right, and drum roll, please.
Number 1 is the lawyer.
Oh. You know what? I honestly thought he'd be number 1. Wait. Where the fuck is it? Congratulations, the lawyer. You're number 1 on her list. And honestly, I would have put you at number 1 from this list too.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. So starting with number 2.
Yes.
Some of these guys are like forgotten guys. Okay. These are all, all of these, to be clear, are past like situations. So we're not actively talking to any of these people anymore.
Correct. Yeah. No. None of these people are current.
So I feel like that's what makes this more fun. Okay. My number 2 is Prius guy.
Oh, okay.
Which makes me cringe, but that's what it is.
Okay. No, I understand. Okay.
Number 7 is Satan's spawn. This is going to just make Kristen really mad, I think.
No, I'm glad that he is where he is because I'm pretty sure I know who 8 is.
I think everybody knows who 8 is. Okay. Next is, what did I do
4
next?
and 5.
Okay.
Number 4.
Number 4, don't look.
I'm not.
Is soccer player.
Okay, this is getting interesting.
And I tried to think about this as like I'm ranking them based on when we were together or a thing or whatever, not current day how they are and how our relationship is. Yeah. So otherwise he'd probably be lower if I'm being honest.
Fair enough. Okay. Number 5.
Number 5 is NFL.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot to report there.
Yeah. That's fair enough. Okay. 3 and 6. What's your number 3? Who? What?
My
God.
Number 3.
Oh, God.
You're going to love this.
Oh, God.
Is hot guy.
Yes. Yes. That's exactly what I expect. Actually, wait. Wow, Prius guy was number 2.
I know, honestly, now that I'm saying this out loud, I'm kind of regretting it, but
It's too late. You already ranked it.
I had my reasons when I did it, so I'll stick to them.
Okay.
I know.
Okay, who's your 6?
Number 6 is Marine guy.
Oh my God.
I told you, these are like forgotten people.
Like, but that I should know that.
Yeah, you should
Okay.
know that one.
Okay.
That was just kind of a big one.
Okay, our last 2. Who is your 8?
Number
seed?
8, and this is no surprise to anybody, is the liar. In all caps. And an exclamation point. All right.
Liar!
And number 1, I feel also should not be a surprise to anybody,
No.
is Neighbor Boy.
Yeah.
We still love Neighbor Boy. Great guy. He's happy. He's in love now. We love that for him.
We support him. Okay.
Da 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 da.
This is about to get crazy.
All right, so we're gonna start with the 1 and 8 seed because let's see if there's gonna be any upsets tonight.
Not on my end.
Definitely not on mine either, but we're gonna talk through it. Okay.
Okay.
We gotta weigh the options for each one. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're gonna start with number 1, the lawyer, versus number 8, Booth guy. These are Kristen's guys.
Yeah, I think obvious win is lawyer.
And-
Obvious win.
And the reason he's winning this is because
Booth guy made me feel so uncomfortable.
yeah. Booth
He
guy,
crossed a boundary that was very obvious I didn't want crossed.
Yes. And this was in one of our date recaps. I can't remember what month it was.
I don't remember. Yeah.
But she talked about it along with Hookah Shell Guy. So go back and listen if you haven't already.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So we'll get in. We'll start arguments for the lawyer a little bit later on. But I feel like this is an obvious just L from Booth Guy because what the fuck.
Yeah.
Also, so cringe.
So cringe.
Don't sit on the same side of the booth on a first date. I get it if you're like you've been dating forever or like you're celebrating. I don't know. I feel like,
but don't like it. It was how he did it, and everything he was doing was so obviously a move.
Yeah,
and I was so obviously uncomfortable.
Yeah,
it was so wild. He had like put his arm around me and was like caressing my back at one point.
Ew. Okay,
so obvious loss.
Obvious
goodbye.
Loss. All right, so moving on to the next round is the lawyer.
Yay! That is a deserved win.
And going against the lawyer will be the winner of Beer Chugger and Lumberjack. Well, I fucking hate the Lumberjack, so we all know that I'm going to immediately eliminate him.
Yeah. I think I'm on
But Beer Chugger is fucking weird. So yeah. And also not a great guy. Isn't he kind of an asshole too?
Like a little bit.
You requested to follow him on Instagram and he deleted it, didn't he? Yeah, so fuck him. That's jokes. That's jokes.
To be fair, I did try and follow him back after I had unfollowed him after we stopped talking because I just wanted to see, like...
He probably was like, oh, the tables have turned. She's coming back.
But I was honestly, if you know me, you know that I was just curious.
Yeah. It was like kind of a joke.
I have seen an updated Hinge profile from this man within like after like 2 years that we had stopped dating.
Yeah.
And he looked like a totally different person.
Really?
And I was not attracted to him at all.
Dude,
his photos were so bad.
That happens every time.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Honestly, basically, okay, I would say 95% of my guys.
Yeah.
I think are like just ugly now.
Honestly, same.
Yeah.
Except, well, maybe half actually. So Beer Chugger
is weird. To be fair.
And I don't like him.
He's not my favorite person in the world either, but against a Lumberjack, I think it's an obvious win.
I think so too. Lumberjack caused trauma.
Yeah, Lumberjack caused me trauma.
Is an actual piece of shit.
Yeah. No. Literally? Piece of shit.
Yeah. So, bye, Lumberjack.
I hope that he has nightmares.
Yeah, me too.
Every night.
Okay, moving on to... This will be an interesting one.
This one is so fun. Okay.
This one is the nurse versus rugby guy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I want to hear your take first.
Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know much about the nurse.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know much about him, but from what I do know, he sucks.
Okay.
Like, he just gives me icky, like, douchebag player vibes. Like, major player vibes. When it's, like, not cute anymore. Like, it's not cute anymore, okay? But also, rugby player? Fuck you, dude. Like, to me, he's a coward. Because I feel like he was making up excuses to you and wouldn't just say it how it was.
I know.
Like, just fucking say you're dating someone else.
I feel like I got to the point where I was just like, what are you actually saying?
Literally.
Like our last like true conversation, I basically like I felt that I was like almost begging him to just like say it.
Yeah, just say that.
Like I know what you're about to say to me, but you're trying to go about it in a roundabout way.
Yes.
When I just want you to be straight up.
Yeah.
Like I hate when people beat around the bush.
Yeah.
When it comes to like telling someone something that like obviously you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings or like you don't want to like
you want to be mean.
Yeah, you don't want to be mean.
But just be honest. Like just be honest and straightforward. Stop wasting people's times. But it's so interesting that that's how you see it because I see it as he wanted to keep you around in case things didn't work out.
Yeah. Actually, I feel like I did come around to seeing that after our conversations that happened afterwards. Like
yeah. And
bizarre.
I feel like he still is like lingering a little bit, like not in an obvious way, but like I don't know. I just feel like has not. He's keeping you in his back pocket as if he would have a chance if he tried.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't see it that way because like he's in a relationship And I'm just like so over it. Like,
yeah.
that I'm just like, whatever.
I also
Like,
think that I hate your men more than you hate your
and
men, and vice versa.
Yeah,
So
100%.
I'm going to be a lot harsher. All right, so
do you want to know how I ranked this? And why I ranked it the way that I did?
I feel like it makes sense because to me, I think like, okay, rugby guy like caused a bit more pain than the nurse.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think I probably, and also wasn't the nurse really hot? Wasn't he really hot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's why. Okay, you know what? Yep, that makes sense.
For me, the ranking was purely physical.
Okay, that makes so much sense.
The nurse was so hot. And this is going to sound so funny. But I still think about my makeout with the nurse to this day. I'm not even kidding you guys. I'm so sorry to my family. If any of my family members are listening, I would stop right now. This man knew how to kiss.
Love that.
And I don't ever typically kiss on the first date.
No, she doesn't.
Ever.
I ask you every single time you come home from a date. I'm like, did you kiss? And you're always like, no. I'm like, I don't know why I asked.
Just like, if you know anything about me or you haven't picked up so far, if you've listened to our other episodes, I'm not a big physical touch person.
Yeah.
And especially when I'm going on a first date, I don't know you, don't touch me. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes, because I'm that way if I don't like somebody. If I like them, I'm the opposite, but yeah, I get that.
But I was so into the nurse because he was so hot and he drove a truck. He picked me up in a truck.
You are speaking my language.
I know, and
I get it.
Like you get it.
Yeah.
Like it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's like manly.
Yes. And he like the way that he was looking at me, and then when we were having drinks and we were eating dinner, the way that he would keep eye contact with me, the whole dinner, I was like,
why am I like nervous?
No, I know, me too. I have butterflies. That's so delusional because I fucking hate that guy now. But purely in this instance,
that feeling is the best. I love that.
Oh my God. I remember when he asked if we could go and go to a second location and get drinks somewhere else.
A second location.
Have you seen that meme on TikTok?
No.
There's this girl that she talks about these dates that she goes on, and she'll give reviews of dates and talk about them on her TikTok. That's all she talks about. At least the TikToks that I've seen.
Yeah.
And every single time she talks about being on a date, she's always like, and then I ask him if he wants to go to a second location. If you are listening and you know what I'm talking about, please.
I want to see now. That's
I am
funny.
so chronically online. But anyways, so he asked if I wanted to go get drinks somewhere else after we finished dinner. And so I had to get up really early, and it was already I'm old, so don't make fun of me, but it was already 8 p.m. on a weekday. And I was like, the time it would take to get to another place, order a drink, and then I just know myself, and I'm not going to want to I'm not going to want to stop.
Yeah.
If we go to a second location, I'm going to want to talk to you all night because I think you're so hot. So unfortunately I have to be no, can you please take me home? So we were in front of our apartment building.
Yeah.
I'm literally getting little butterflies while I'm talking about it. I remember he parked.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh. And then we just made eye contact, and I was like, thank you so much for dinner. And he was like, you're welcome. I would love to get drinks or dinner again. Which never happened, but it's fine because of this moment particularly. And then he didn't ask, but he was kind of leaning in, and so the vibe was immaculate. And we made out in his truck. I'm so sorry to my family if anyone's listening to
I
this.
hope they stopped by now.
Yeah. We were just making out in his truck, and it was so good. But also, he opened the car door for me when he picked me up, and when he dropped me off. After we were done making out, he was like, "You stay right there. I'm going to open the door for you. I'll walk you up to the gate."
No, honestly, as a woman, especially early on in dating, you should never open the car door.
Yeah. And it was just so attractive. It was so attractive that he I feel some guys are just insecure or like think that it's cringy to do that, so they don't. No, or they're just rude.
Some guy told me that a girl got mad at him for opening the door. Like, she was like, I can open my own door. So I feel like sometimes they're like scared.
Yeah, I'm an independent bitch, and I am a decently sized feminist, and I will let a man open the car door for me.
Because it's not about them saying that you're not capable of opening the car door. They know you can open the car door.
Literally the least they could do.
It's because as a man, you should want to do, like, I don't know. I just feel like you should want to take care of your partner and like not let them do any heavy lifting. Yeah. Not that opening a door is heavy lifting, but it just shows that you want to take care of her.
Like, yeah, I can open my own car door.
Right.
But like,
but I could also pay my own bills. Obviously, I want you to do it.
Obviously, if you do it, it's better. I'm not kidding. But yeah, and then he walked me up to the gate, and then we made out again in front of our gate.
Oh.
And then I remember walking up to our apartment, and I was just like, you know that TikTok sound of like someone's talking, and you're like staring at them, and it's just like blah blah blah. Yes. That was all that was going through my head.
Okay.
Anyway, so I vote for the nurse.
Yes, I also vote for the nurse.
So the nurse obviously wins because he made me feel some things.
Yeah. Didn't he? You guys ghosted or something after that? Like, there was you never hung out again?
No, the next time he asked me out, it was like at like 9 p.m. He was asking me to come over for a movie and wine.
Yeah. I remember that.
And it was also a weeknight, I think, too. And I was like, no.
And he didn't live close.
He lived in Orange County, so it was at least a 45-minute drive from where we were. And I was like, I'm not going to you.
Yeah, exactly.
At this time of night on a weekday when I have to work the next morning.
To watch a movie.
Like, we're not, you don't want to watch a movie.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
So I said no. And then he ended up finding someone else that would watch the movie with him. So.
Makes sense.
I never talked to him again after that. But I still think about that kiss.
I get it. I feel like I'm living that moment right now.
Yeah. It was beautiful.
Okay.
All right.
The next bracket is going to be skinny ginger versus petite guy.
And petite guy, you guys will learn a little bit more about, I think, at the end of this episode.
Yeah. By the way.
Yeah. We're going to go back to our roots. And
back to last year's series.
Yeah.
Buckle up, everyone.
We're going to do a date recap.
And who knows? Maybe we'll start doing them monthly if we have them.
If we have them, we'll do them. If we don't, we won't, obviously, because there won't be anything to talk about.
But this month,
we have one.
Yeah. And they are good. These are great stories.
So different.
Very different. Very different.
But you will learn
more.
Both
great stories.
Yeah, you will learn more about petite guy later on. So keep listening.
Yeah, stay tuned at the end. And for me, we're introducing a new character to the mix.
Yeah, and he was not on the field right now.
He's not on the field right now because
or bracket.
This bracket is only people that we are not currently speaking to.
Yeah.
So he couldn't be on it. Okay.
I want everyone to know that we are no contact with all of these guys.
Well, not in that way anyway.
Yeah.
Some of them are friends now. Oh, all right. Skinny ginger and petite guy. Here's my thoughts on this.
Okay.
Skinny ginger, like,
ruined my life.
Did some damage.
Yeah.
He did some damage.
He didn't ruin my life, but it felt
temporarily
upsetting.
Yeah. It was a bad time. It was it was not a good time in Kristen's life, okay? And petite guy.
I was going to explain it more, but I don't think I want to say it out loud.
I mean, I could see, like, in general, he's not a bad guy. And we were all very close to him. Like, he was in our friend group.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, that's still your friend. Like, you still care about him.
Yeah, 100%.
Even me, like, fuck the guy, but, like, I still care about him, you know? Like, he still was my friend at one point. And, yeah, honestly, I think I get it. I think maybe skinny ginger shouldn't be number 2, but I definitely get why petite guy is number 7.
Yeah,
so
I knew you were gonna hate that.
Yeah, petite guy is gonna be a really good story at the end.
But he loses this round.
But he does lose this round.
Yeah.
But you know what? I almost love the guy. I almost love the guy because I feel like he's just such a good guy, probably, and he gave a great story. He provided so much good entertainment for me and Mackenzie last night.
So true.
So we're just gonna, we're gonna do skinny ginge. Yeah. Skinge, if you will.
Skinge.
Thank you, neighbor boy, for that. Over to Kelsey's
Yes.
side. Okay, starting off with our number 1 seed versus our number 8 seed. We have
Okay, this is obvious. We have neighbor boy number 1 versus number 8, the liar.
And I honestly feel
I'm
like in
already
every
writing neighbor
single
boy,
category,
but you can say whatever you want.
Yeah, every single category, I think neighbor boy is the clear winner here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, we don't need to explain.
The only thing that the liar has over neighbor boy, to me, is that he's much more my type physically.
Yeah, but no.
But he
loses.
Sucks. So.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Okay. Moving on is hot guy versus number 6, marine guy.
Okay. Hot guy, personality-wise, dud.
Not much going on upstairs.
Not much going on
at
in
all.
a way that he's dumb. He's not dumb. I actually think he's very smart.
He's not dumb.
Very well educated, put together, successful.
Yes.
Super hot guy. Okay. But personality-wise,
It's just not very good.
there's nothing there.
Yeah.
There's nothing. Just a total dud.
Yeah.
But man, was he hot.
He is the only one that, like, the name is well deserved. It is well deserved. He is so hot.
Mm-hmm.
He's so hot.
I'm honored to have gone out with him 3 times.
I'm honored to know that you have gone out with him 3 times.
You sort of have gone out with him too. It was for work, but
through
still.
work. So very
Yeah.
much not the same. But
So, yeah. Then we have Marine Guy, okay? And this is kind of hard because Marine Guy's a fucking idiot. He's so
stupid.
annoying. And he's like,
He's such a child.
he's childish to me now. But he wasn't horrible to me when
At
we
the
dated. The
time,
way it
yes.
ended was pretty shitty.
Yes.
But again, childish. It just felt
I agree.
childish.
Do I like him as a person? Yeah, actually.
Same. Yeah.
I do.
I do too. But
like dating, I think that he just sucks as a partner.
I'm sure he will be a very good partner to somebody someday.
Yes, 100%.
I don't think he even wants it. I
think when he
kind of
grows up and matures and actually wants to settle down genuinely.
or if he just meets someone that he actually really does like.
Yeah.
I feel like he would because he just had a girlfriend like last year or something.
That's true.
And I think he was a good boyfriend to her.
Yeah.
And when we were together, he was good to me.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
And I don't know, because between the two, like, Hawkeye seriously, personality-wise, sucks so bad.
But he's
so hot. I think that, honestly, his looks alone will carry him very far in life.
Yeah.
I
get either one. I
This is
feel
a
like
tough-
I
this
feel
is a
like I
tough
am
battle.
leaning hot guy. And I know that seems shallow because Marine Guy is not bad looking.
No, he's not.
And he's got a little bit more going on personality-wise.
Yeah.
But he makes me so angry.
Me too. We just saw him on St. Patty's Day. I hardly remember, but Kristen said that I was not nice to him.
Yeah, you were not saying very nice things to him, which I support 100%.
Well, he did not very nice things to me, so
yes,
I'm sure it was warranted.
He feels like a little brother to me.
Yeah.
That's so irritating. He's such a pest. But he's also so funny that I'm like, what is wrong with you?
See, I feel like there's part of me that's like, deep down, I do love Marine Guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like I have to put Marine Guy.
I feel like he can upset Hot Guy here.
I almost think that we have an upset going on.
We have an upset for
we
sure.
We have an upset. Marine Guy, congratulations! The first upset of the night.
Upset. That's crazy. Marine does not look like a real word right now. Okay.
All right. Sorry, Hot Guy. Just know you're very hot.
You're so hot, and that should be win enough.
He'll never in a million years listen to our podcast.
No, never. And you know what? I don't think he's going to bald.
Dude, probably not.
Yeah, he has a great head of hair.
I think he'll be hot for the rest of his life.
I think so too. He's going to be a DILF one day.
Yeah.
Like the DILF.
No, he won't, because he doesn't want to have kids. He doesn't want to get married.
Well, he's going to be
a bachelor forever.
And he's going to be a hot one.
Yeah, he's good at it. So why wouldn't he be?
Yeah.
Go for it, my guy.
Okay.
All right.
Our next matchup is soccer player versus NFL.
This is a hard one too.
Is it?
Because right now I'm so annoyed with soccer players.
Yeah, but we have to think past current feelings.
I know,
is like
but
when you dated.
I know, but when I look back on when we dated, I just like don't feel good about it anymore. I don't
Okay.
know. He was very loyal.
Yeah.
He was a
100%.
very
NFL
loyal
player definitely
boyfriend.
wasn't. Like,
NFL
NFL was
not
not
that he
loyal.
needed to be. Like, that wasn't
No,
like
no,
a
no.
loyal situation, but like he wouldn't be loyal.
And he also was a dud.
All he did was sleep.
Yeah. All he did was sleep, and yeah.
This man would come over to our house and sleep.
The first time I met him, I came home from work. I understand NFL, playing football.
It's off season.
Yeah, but I understand it's hard. So when it's off season, you want to rest. And even when it's off season, you're probably working out still a little bit, right?
You would think. I don't think he was. But
Regardless, lazy as fuck. Lazy as fuck. The first time I walked in, he was sleeping in Kelsey's bed while Kelsey was making them dinner. No, you were making us dinner.
no, I was making me and him dinner.
That's
I'm pretty
right.
sure because
Yes.
he's fucking vegan.
Yes, that's
so
right.
I had to make a vegan dinner. I have never in my life made a vegan dinner, at least not on purpose. And it
Yeah.
was disgusting. He ate it and said it was fine. I think he was lying. I couldn't even eat it. It was so bad.
Yeah. So
And I was like, well, this would never work even if I wanted it to.
I honestly, I say that he loses here, but
Soccer player, I'm starting to feel like is very manipulative.
I think he is too.
I'm like wondering if he was when we were dating, and I just didn't like notice because I was so in
yeah.
love.
Well, you were both younger.
We were younger. I don't know. If soccer player moves forward now, he's getting knocked out next round.
Well,
NFL man, there's really just not much going on there. So I
Yeah.
feel like he didn't really show up to play, and
that's true. So he
honestly,
needs to go
on or
home.
off the field in real life. So
Yeah.
I guess we'll play soccer player. At least soccer player
Soccer
had like
players moving forward.
yeah. Ugh. All right.
Okay, last but not least, we have number 2, Prius guy, verse number 7, Satan's spawn.
Okay. One day I feel like I need to tell the story of Prius guy because that story
Yeah.
is actually hilarious and we haven't talked about it in forever.
It is so funny.
I forgot about this man. We went on 4 dates. I don't ever go on 4 dates with people.
No.
Okay.
So I obviously vote for him in this scenario because he's never said a mean thing to you. And Satan's
True.
spawn is very mean to you.
Satan Spawn is very mean to me.
He's a very
and he
mean.
thinks that he's helpful and he thinks that he's a
Yeah,
good friend.
he
and
is very entitled and is pretty mean.
I know. I go so back and forth with him because I feel like deep down like we really love each other and have each other's backs when we need to, but like
But
lately,
that doesn't warrant
no,
the
but-
like verbal abuse he tosses your
no,
way.
and also the last couple weeks, I do not feel like we are friends. I don't know what happened, but I'm like, I don't think we're friends anymore.
yeah, I
Like,
just think he's mean.
I don't know. I'm just like getting weird vibes. So yeah, Prius guy is such a good guy.
Yeah.
I just don't think that he is
not your
playing for the
guy.
right team.
Yeah.
And I think that, yeah, honestly, pretty much the opposite of what I am into now.
yeah. 100%.
He drives a Prius for starters. That's
Mhm.
he was also vegan or vegetarian or something,
Yeah.
and he did like plays and stuff. So,
He was a musical theater. I still
yeah,
think he wins.
Also, yeah, he wins. But one time there was a spider at his house, and I'm deathly afraid of spiders. Okay, and he wouldn't kill it. He was like, I leave them. I just let them be. I'm like in the house. And also there was a giant mosquito, and he wouldn't kill it because they die. They have short lifespans. I was
like,
like,
it's a
in
fucking bug.
your apartment. He wouldn't kill it. I was like, yeah.
Oh my god.
That was the 4th date, and that was it. That was the final date. All right, Priest guy wins. All right,
Okay.
back to the blue side. Back to Kristen's side.
Okay, it's the semifinals.
No, it's not. Not even close.
It's the quarterfinals.
Nope. We still have 8 teams left.
Fuck.
Okay. I'm not sure what you consider this, but
It's the quarterfinals on my side.
top 8. It's Sweet 16 and then what? Top 8 or something? Final 8? No, that's Final 4.
Final 4.
I don't know. There's 8 teams left, okay? So on Kristen's side, we have the lawyer and beer chugger.
Mm-hmm.
Right away, lawyer moves on.
I agree.
Because I almost wanted to get rid of beer. Well, no, because he was against lumberjack. But
Yeah.
beer chugger, it's just gross. I'm not even really sure we have much more to debate on that one. I feel like
Yeah. My time with the lawyer in all aspects was much better than beer chugger.
okay, perfect. Lawyer
Physically, mentally, emotionally.
Lawyer is moving
Lawyer,
on to
please.
the quarterfinals. Okay, next we have the nurse versus the skinger.
Okay, so hear me out.
This is
Do
now
I
number
have-
4 verse number 2.
Do I have to spell out? I feel like you're going to be surprised. Do I have to spell out the story I just told again?
The nurse one?
Yeah. Now I'm still thinking about it.
Oh, you want to move the nurse on.
Maybe. But
Honestly,
I feel like that's just me ignoring.
But the nurse, I feel like, also was kind of, well, I don't know. He was just giving fuckboy vibes. I guess he didn't really do anything mean. Where I feel like Skinger, like, was just so selfish.
Yeah.
This guy didn't pretend to not be a player, I feel.
That's true. But
This guy did, in a way.
But I feel like it was still very genuine.
You know what I want you to think about right now? You
Mhm.
know what scenario I want you to think about right now?
The wedding.
No.
Oh.
Oh, don't get me started on the wedding, because
Mhm.
now I'm pissed. Okay, actually, fuck you, Skinger. You're out. I hate that guy. I forgot how much I hate him. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, you're welcome. But what were you going to talk
I
about?
was going to say, when we were at that bar and he got in a fight with the girls in line for the bathroom.
Can I tell a story?
Yes,
Okay.
of course. Tell the story.
So, Skinger, this was after him and I had like dated.
Yeah,
It was like over, done with, ended.
for a while.
90% moved on
Yeah.
at the time. So we go on this beer crawl, and like we mentioned before, like this, he was like in our friend circle.
Yeah, so this, like,
At
our
this
whole
time.
group went out.
Yeah, so our whole group was going out, and we went out to this bar in Venice, Santa Monica area,
Mm-hmm.
and the bathroom situation is like it's 1 or 2 bathrooms.
There was a long line for the bathrooms in general.
for the
or
bathrooms in
something.
general. I think there was like 1 or 2 bathrooms,
And they were universal.
yes,
Yeah. Anyone could go in.
So there's an obvious line to the bathroom, and Skinger was like on something that night. Like I'm not even
Had to have
kidding.
been.
Allegedly, whatever. Nothing has ever been confirmed. I think he was on something. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. There's no way he wasn't.
I think he was skiing, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, we are on our way out because our Uber was there, because we had been at this bar crawl for hours.
We were
at
ready
this
to
point.
go home.
We were ready to go. We weren't drunk. We didn't really want to be drunk. Like our Uber is arriving in like 1 or 2 minutes. So we are making sure we are out in front. We are those people. We will get outside before the Uber gets
We're
there.
not missing our Uber. We
No,
want
I'm-
to go home.
Please take me home. So on our way out to the front, we're hearing like people arguing,
yeah.
and I like look up, and it's Skinger and these 2 girls in the bathroom line, and he was literally screaming at them.
I think he was swearing.
Yeah, he was swearing. He
like,
was cussing at them.
Fighting with these 2 random girls
Yeah,
that we
because
had no.
He had
communicate-
cut the line and like just walked right up to the bathroom, and the girls I think were like, "Hey, like we're in line."
Yeah.
And he basically was like so entitled and was like, "Fuck you guys," like blah 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 blah. It was the most bizarre thing. I had never seen him act like this before. It was the most bizarre thing I've ever witnessed in my life. For some reason, I felt like I had to say something on our way out, because I was like, I'm not gonna let him talk to these girls like this.
Yeah.
Like, so I like tried to get in between.
And you were
them.
also trying to like diffuse the situation.
So I tried to get like in between him and these girls, because he's also very tall, and he was like up in their space, like staring down
Yeah.
at these girls. Like it was like not okay, like 100% not okay. And so I try to get into the middle, and I like look at him, and I'm like, why are you yelling at them?
Yeah.
Like stop yelling at them.
Yeah.
You guys, the way he looked at me was so terrifying. I like did not recognize him. It did not look like he knew who I was for a second. And I was like, I need to go. I need to go.
It like scarred you.
Yeah.
Like, have you
I
guys
can
ever
still,
had
like,
someone look at
see
you
the
in
way-
a way that you're like, whoa, they're not even in there? Like
Yeah.
that was not. That was
I
somebody
don't know if
else.
he was drunk. I don't know if he was skiing. I
I
don't
think-
know
I
if it
think
was a
both.
mixture. Like
yeah.
it, like allegedly, in case anyone's listening.
That's our opinion.
That's my opinion. But yeah, it was so scary. So you know what? That is a great point. I think this is a little bit of an upset.
This is an upset.
A little bit.
Nurse is beating Skinger by
Mm.
Skinger. Okay. Yeah. So I'm glad that we remembered those 2 things. Fuck. The wedding story actually pisses me off.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. First up is an obvious choice, in my opinion,
Yeah.
and I think in everyone else's, but it is the neighbor boy versus marine guy.
Neighbor boy.
Yeah. Obviously.
I don't even think we need to explain it. All
No.
of my date recaps last year, like until what, June?
Yeah.
July? June? Were with Neighbor Boy, and he never really did anything wrong.
Yeah.
He's such a good guy.
Yep.
So, Marine guy, not so much. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Next round.
Oh my God, I feel like some of these
Soccer?
guys are going to listen to this and get pissed.
I know. Whatever.
It's not that deep, you guys. Okay, we
It's
don't
not that
actually
deep.
like hate any of you.
Like, also, like, you did what you did.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And some of you, we still love you as
Yeah.
a person.
But you made your bed, so lie in it.
Yeah. We're just going to be mean to you forever now.
Yeah. That's what I love to do. Okay. Last round is soccer versus Prius.
Prius.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. Prius really was such a good guy. Like, he really, really, really liked me.
Yeah, I agree. Well, that was quick.
And I feel like soccer player, like, I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't actually know if he liked me or if he liked something that he was getting from me, or like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if he ever cared about me as a person as much as he thinks he did.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
All right.
Okay, you guys, it's officially the quarterfinals.
Holy shit. Finally. We've only said it 12 times now.
Every round is
I
the
feel like
quarterfinals.
I feel like it's so obvious that our number ones are going to be against each other in the final.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, fuck. I just got a marker on my pants.
But I feel like
even when we're not eating, somehow I get things on my clothes. It's actually
you're just
ridiculous.
a little clumsy.
All right.
Okay, well, the lawyer versus the nurse.
The lawyer.
Obviously, the lawyer wins.
Yeah.
I do think if I was with the nurse for as long as I was with the lawyer, the nurse would probably win.
Yeah, I feel like the nurse was just more exciting in general.
More exciting.
So basically what we just cropped out is overall we would just say that the lawyer, basically the lawyer, really good guy. Good guy,
Yeah.
just pretty vanilla.
Pretty vanilla. I think the lawyer wins this one, like, specifically because of time.
Yeah.
Because of length of, like, how long we knew each other and how long that we were, like, dating for. That I just, like, got to know him better.
Yeah.
And,
I
like,
agree.
I know he's genuinely, like, a good person.
Yeah, I agree with that. Lawyer moves on. Lawyer is going to the finals.
Yeah. Yay. Great job. Congrats. Okay.
You can write it underneath. Lawyer.
Okay. The obvious choice in this round is
Wow, my number 1 and 2 made it to the finals. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
mine was 1 and 4. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
We have neighbor boy versus Prius boy.
So,
guy,
like,
Prius guy.
Obviously neighbor boy.
Yeah. Yeah, because even though Prius guy was really good to me, neighbor boy was also really good to me. Like, he really
Yes.
liked me too. And he was so good at, like, showing it. Like, a lot of effort, also a lot of time.
Yeah,
Me and neighbor
I'm
boy
doing
dated for like
this.
10 months.
You guys can see that we've written all of this down.
Okay. So, with neighbor boy and lawyer in the final, what are we thinking?
Oh, I think the answer is obvious.
Neighbor boy?
Yes.
I think so too.
Neighbor
But-
boy is the absolute winner. Lawyer, just like very much a true situationship.
It was. And it was a situationship that ended with no hard feelings.
No hard feelings. On both sides, we understood
Yeah.
what was happening.
You guys communicated. You
Yeah,
guys
we
had, like,
communicated.
dates. I mean, we
Yeah,
hung
yeah.
out. He was hanging out with, like, me and some
Yeah,
of the girls.
But it was
and-
like a true situationship. Like, everyone knew where everyone stood
yeah.
in it.
It was very, like,
by everyone, I mean him
No
and I,
pressure.
But like,
go with the flow.
yeah,
No
like did not,
strings.
yeah.
Just like
did,
chill.
like ended fine.
Just like we get along.
It was just like
and
a
it's
mutual,
not that deep.
yeah,
Yeah.
mutual like.
I
We just
agree.
kind of both grew out of it. I feel like we both were like, all right, this is like done. It's done. Its time.
Yeah. No one was mad at anyone.
Nope.
Everything's all good. You guys are still like civil. I don't
Yeah.
think you talk, but like
No, not at all.
if you ran into each other, you'd say hi, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And like he is in a relationship now, and I literally am just happy for him.
Yeah.
Like I have no hard feelings.
Yeah. You know what? That's exactly where I'm at with Neighbor Boy.
That's so true. But Neighbor Boy, I feel like is just like the clear winner here.
Yeah. Okay. So Neighbor
Purely
Boy.
by like effort
it's funny
and
because
genuine care.
the first like 5 months that me and Neighbor Boy were dating were very similar to you and Lawyer. Like
Yeah.
I wasn't dating anyone else, but I just like didn't have the time. I wanted him to be dating other people. So it was very casual.
Yeah.
And then it like wasn't as casual.
Mm-hmm.
And then it like kind of got serious. And then my feelings just plateaued. And like that's it. And he was so understanding about it all. Like
Yeah.
I think he was really upset, but he like was so mature about it. And
He was a man about it.
yeah. And if I needed something from him, like if I don't know why I would need him, but if I needed him for something, he would be there for sure.
And to be honest, I also feel that way about me.
Yeah, he would be
Knowing
there
him,
for you.
like I feel like he would help me if I needed help.
Keep in mind, Neighbor Boy for Valentine's Day did like this whole freaking production for me. It was insane. No one has literally ever done that for me.
Yeah.
And he also got Kristen a card.
Yeah, he did, thanking me for being such a good friend to you.
Yes.
It was so insane and crazy.
Yeah.
It was so nice.
So, yeah, Neighbor Boy like set the bar pretty high, I think.
Yeah,
Great
he
guy.
did.
Neighbor Boy, if you're watching this, congratulations.
Congrats.
Woohoo!
That was so fun.
That was fun.
I love talking
Oh my
about that.
gosh. You guys, there's actually so many stories in there. If there's any of those that you want us to elaborate on, we will. I feel like Beer Chugger is such a funny story, but I feel like we can't really tell that story.
I think I could.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I would tell it.
That's a really good story to tell.
But that's like a different episode story.
Yeah. And then eventually I want to tell the story of Prius Guy because that's funny.
Yeah.
In the meantime, though,
I will 100% talk about Beer Chugger and why his name is Beer Chugger.
Funny. You're gonna tell the story why? Oh my god. Okay. All right. So
Like, why
tune
not?
in because that's coming at some point. And in the meantime, we have a little March date update for you guys.
Woohoo! It's been a minute.
It has been a minute. Neither one of us have really been dating lately. I kind of took the last 6 months to just like. I mean, I've been on dates in the last 6 months, but I didn't really take it seriously.
Yeah, I've been like very heavily single for the last year and a half of my life. I was pretty single before that, but whatever.
Sort of. Not
Sort
really.
of. But
you were always like talking to someone, I feel like.
Yeah. But I just like have not been interested in the last year and a half to talking to anyone.
Yeah.
Like I've just not been interested. Like I'm very, very good on my own. And so I was just very good with just figuring myself out and being with me and like not really going on dates. Like it just wasn't fun to me at the time, so I stopped. So anyways, finally I was like, you know what? I'm actually like feeling good lately. Like I'm feeling good about life. I'm feeling good about all of it. Maybe I do want to put myself out there a little bit more. Maybe I want to go on a date. Maybe that would be fun. It would get me out of my comfort zone. I downloaded Hinge again. Remember when we said the dating apps were out?
Oh yeah, I said that and I never did delete mine.
Yeah, so
she deleted hers because she thought I deleted mine, but I never deleted it.
Yeah.
She was kind of
I was bamboozled.
I don't.
But yeah, so I did end up downloading them. And not only that, but last weekend I downloaded Bumble.
Bumble has been the move lately.
I haven't had Bumble since like college for dating.
Yeah. Honestly, I got lucky with Hinge for the time being.
Yeah.
But like Bumble?
Oh my god, you guys. I think Bumble is where it's at right now. I was so pleasantly surprised. Kelsey has been telling me, but I'm like, no, there's no way.
No,
there's
I
no
went
way.
on a Bumble date in Hawaii. I met a guy in Hawaii, went on one date. It was a good date. He was so cute, so normal. Mm-hmm. Like, if I lived in Hawaii, I would have gone out with him again.
Yeah.
And that was from Bumble. And I was like, okay, maybe I need to get back into the Bumble swing of things.
So then I downloaded it last weekend, and wow. The dating pool on Bumble versus Hinge, very different. And it was very surprising in a very good way.
Love that.
Yeah. So anyways.
This guy, though, is not from Bumble.
This guy is not from Bumble. He's from Hinge. And his pictures were like, okay. And I was like, I never want to be shallow, even though that's the whole point of dating apps is to like be swiping yes or no on people that you find hot.
Yeah.
Let's like just be real with it. Sometimes you see things that they say and it like makes them a little bit more attractive, but initially you're attracted to them based off of how they look in their pictures, obviously.
Yeah.
So this guy, his pictures were like fine. He had liked me, and I think it was just a couple things that he said that I was like, oh, like maybe. Would I have ever liked him? I don't think so. But because he had already liked me and it was like right in front of me, I was like, okay, like maybe not that bad. Not that bad. Not typically my type, not that bad. Right?
Yeah. So he wasn't really your type. He wasn't your
my
normal type.
No.
Okay.
But he said some good things on his profile.
Okay.
And then when we were talking, he was very direct in giving me his phone number, which honestly I think is fine in my opinion, because if I am going to continue an actual conversation with you, even though I don't love people I don't know having my phone number, I rather text than open the app and talk through the app because I don't have notifications set up.
Yeah.
I go in when I remember I have
Same. And you know what I think about that too is if a guy gives me his number, then I'm like, okay, I'm either going to text him because I actually want to go out with him,
Mm-hmm.
or that's when I realize like, oh, I'm not interested enough to text you.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's like kind of when I know if I'm going to continue or not.
Yeah. And he was just very direct with it. Like we didn't chat very long at all in Hinge until he gave me his phone number. And I was just like, oh, like, okay, I guess. I haven't been on a date in a while. This could just be like a good, maybe I won't even go.
Yeah.
Like, but I'll text him, whatever. And then when we were texting, it was like good conversation. Truly. And then finally he asked me on a date and I say yes. We go on a date. Literally it was yesterday when we're recording this. It was on March 12th. You guys, he was such a nice guy.
I feel like he was a bit of a catfish.
He was a bit of a catfish.
Pictures, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's ever really a catfish that way.
You know, but you guys, I walk up and he gives me like a mini petite bouquet of flowers. It was like the sweetest, nicest thing he could have done. But when I walked up and he did not really look like the pictures that he had posted on his profile, I know that maybe I should have been mature and said something or just turned around and walked away. I don't know.
No, I think it was nice to go on the date because you were like, well, maybe if we have good conversation, like
Yeah.
anything can happen.
I don't think I'm a shallow person, but it was just a shock of how different in real life versus pictures were.
And I want to, like, what I'm about to say, I want to make it clear that I think it is so nice that he brought you flowers. I think that is so sweet.
So sweet.
And I recommend that, men, if you're going on a date. I'm not saying you have to bring flowers on a first date, but like if you're into someone and you know you're into them and you're going out with them, like bring them flowers, like just randomly, just do it.
Here is why I wasn't the biggest fan of it.
And this is just
it's so
funny
shallow.
because honestly, I think that as a guy, this probably is not something that they even think about at all.
I know.
It just goes to show the difference between like men and women. Like men, do your research maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just leave it at that. Do your research.
I know I just said I wasn't shallow and this is going to sound shallow, but I feel like the girlies will get it.
Yeah.
I feel like the girlies that I was telling about yesterday and today, like my family and like Mackenzie,
yeah,
like they all understood.
It's a very classic case of it's the thought that counts.
Yeah.
Like
even my mom's boyfriend understood the way I was feeling.
Yeah.
So anyways, these flowers, which very petite bouquet. There are like 3 flowers in this bouquet, which is completely fine. Totally fine. I don't like a big bouquet, but this is the first time a guy has ever given me flowers also, which is so crazy. So this was not a very good first experience. The flowers that he picked out were like the artificially dyed ones, like the bright, like almost like they've used food coloring and dyed the flowers, like an unnatural color. And so it was just like, oh, like, thank you.
Yeah.
He left the price tag on them, so I knew that he spent like $3.99 on them, which is like not here nor there how much he would spend on it.
Like you could give me $5 flowers for a 1-year anniversary and I don't care as long as they like look nice.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. Like you put in some thought,
but
and like
take the price tag off.
Right.
Just take it off.
Just take it off. Just take it off. I always take the price tag off of anything I'm giving someone else.
Same. And this is something that I think men just don't think about. So like, now you know. Take the price tag off.
Yeah. But like the date itself, we did have great conversation. I admittedly had kind of half gardened prior because I hadn't been on a date in a while and I knew that it would just loosen me up a little bit.
Yeah.
And this was like kind of like no stakes for me.
Yeah.
This date. I was like, I don't know if I'm truly into this guy. Like I'm not overly or at all like attracted to him from what I've seen, but maybe you never know.
Yeah.
And then I'm glad that I'm glad that I gardened because I think it loosened me up a little bit. I like yapped and yapped and yapped.
She's not a yapper.
No, I'm not. contrary to us literally having a podcast where we just sit and talk for forever. But I'm not a yapper.
You are much more of a yapper when you garden, though, I will say.
I agree. So it was a good thing that I did because it made me more sociable. And it made me like I cared a little bit less. And I was like, I would put him on the spot with questions, but like I felt like I was doing it in a way that was like comfortable.
Yeah.
And so I felt like we were both just having a good time.
Yeah.
Even though I already knew that
it wasn't going to go anywhere.
It wasn't going to go anywhere, but I was like, well, you're here, I'm here. Let's just like have a good dinner.
Yeah.
Like, let's just have a good dinner.
You can still have a good time with someone that you're not interested in.
Yeah. So dinner was actually fine. Conversation was good. The cocktails at the place we went to, so good. So good. And then, yeah, he paid, which was great. First day, I'm going to be honest. Again, I'm not shallow, but on the first day, I feel like it's expected for them to pay regardless.
If you're getting asked out by a guy and they're like planning a date, they should pay for it.
Yeah.
If it's your idea, you pay for it.
I agree. On the same page. So, yeah, and then I had walked to where we went on this date because it's downtown, so it's close by our apartment. And he had driven, but where he parked was on the way home. And so he was like walking with me, and it was so nice and sweet. And I was just waiting for him to veer off at whatever block. And finally, I was like, have we passed where you parked your car yet? And he was like, oh, yeah, I'm like 2 blocks
backwards.
That way.
Oh my God.
I wanted, I was going to walk you home to make sure that you got home, which again, so sweet. I did not want him to do that. I have a thing in general about people that I don't know and like first dates, because you just never know. I know it's going to sound kind of crazy, but like, I don't like them knowing where I live right away.
I
don't.
Get that.
Like, I do not want you. Like, you like have a safe drive home. Like, thank you so much for dinner, whatever. And then he finally like went and left, and I walked the rest of the way home, and it was a good experience, but he's just not for me.
Petite guy because you got the petite
bouquet. Yeah.
So that's where that came from. But yeah. It was funny. It was a funny story.
He was such a nice guy, but yeah, he's not the guy for me, unfortunately.
Yeah. On to the Bumble guys. We're moving on to your Bumble roster now.
Yeah.
Hinge is out. Bumble is in.
I do have potentially another ginger running in the mix.
Oh, here we go.
So back to my roots, you guys.
All right.
Okay. Anyways, your turn. Tell us about your date.
Why am I nervous? Okay, so basically I met a boy on Hinge who is exactly my type, like to a T.
Yeah, to the point, honestly, that I don't want to like him because of how much he's your type. Because your type is only bad news from experience.
When you get like this specific in my type, usually it's not going to end well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But keep going.
We'll see. But I met this boy on Hinge who was my type, and we went to a bar, and we were going to like play pool and hang out. And we sat at the bar for 4.5 hours talking.
Yeah.
And I like truly thought it had been maybe an hour and a half. So I was expecting to look at my phone and see 8 o'clock at the latest, and it was 10:30.
Oh my God.
And I was like, holy shit. And neither one of us could believe that much time had gone by. Like, it went by so fast. And like, there was never a silent moment.
I love that.
And it was just so good. Like, so much laughter. We just met and we talked for 4.5 hours. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But it was so good. And he's so freaking cute. He drives a big old truck.
That is a nice truck. I saw it.
And we're calling him Tattoo Guy because he's covered in tattoos. And it's the literal hottest thing ever. Yeah. He's so hot. Okay. Anyways. So that happened, and then like immediately we both like really wanted to go on a second date. Like we really just hit it off. So he actually came over on a second date, which I don't usually do, but we didn't hang out here. He met Shadow, and then we
met my son without me there.
Yeah.
I did not provide my consent. Well, that's okay.
Okay, so then we went to a restaurant. We had dinner, and then we went to another bar, and same thing. We were just sitting at the bar talking, and like. I swear, I forget there's other people around when we're like sitting and talking.
So cute.
And we just were like laughing so much. Yeah, I feel like when we talk to each other, we're just both very engaged and interested in what the other one is saying. Yeah, you guys
like hit it off.
Yeah.
It seems like you have a lot in common to talk about. Yeah,
and as we're sitting at this bar, a server comes up to us and was like, "Hey, some guy wants to buy you a drink." And we were like, "What? Why?" And I forget exactly what she said, but something along the lines of like, he just thinks that you guys look like you're so in love and wanted to buy you a drink.
That is so funny.
Can you imagine being on a second date and someone being like, oh, you guys look like you're so in love?
Like, depending on how you feel, that could be absolutely mortifying. You know what I mean?
I know. Luckily, we both like thought it was funny and like
Yeah.
crazy. It did. I don't know. I didn't think it. I didn't
Read into
feel
it.
weird
Yeah.
about it. I don't think he did either. But it was just crazy. So we got a drink for free, and then we played ping pong, and then we went back to my house and hung out for a little bit. And yeah, he's just.
And then I got home, so he had to leave.
Yeah. We also made out in his truck.
Ugh, something about making out in someone's
While we
truck.
were waiting for you to pull into the garage. And this bitch, okay, so I had him park in her spot, and she had been gone all week in LA for
Yeah.
work, okay? So
Mhm.
I knew, I was like, you absolutely cannot be in her spot when she gets home or she's going to be pissed. And
Yeah.
if she's pissed at this, she's going to hate you forever, and there's nothing I can do about that.
I would have been so annoyed.
Yeah.
Because even when I texted you that I was 10 minutes away,
Yeah.
you didn't respond for like a little bit. And
Yeah.
I was like, if I pull into this fucking garage and this man's truck is in my parking spot and I have to wait to park in my spot, I'm going to be so mad.
But you know what? He knew. I engraved that into his brain that I was like, no, she will be mad. Like, she'll be
Yeah.
mad. To the point where I saw your text, and I think I saw it like 3 minutes after you sent it or
Yeah.
something. So it'd been a few minutes. And so you were really like 7 minutes away or something like that. And I just told him she's going to be here in 5 minutes. The man jumped up in a panic and was like, 5 minutes? It's going to take us 5 minutes to get down there. Like,
That
he was
is so
freaking out.
funny.
It was so funny. So we go down, we get in his truck, and I was like, let's just wait like at the front gate. So when she comes in, I'll just get in her car and go back down with her and you can leave.
Yeah.
And so I texted Kristen and said that, and she didn't text back, but I was like, whatever. She pulls into the garage, and I go, that's her. And she doesn't even look at the truck, okay? Doesn't even look at it. So I reach over and I like honk 3 times. Okay, this bitch does not even look still. She just goes, throws up a peace
I
sign.
literally...
Throws up a peace sign,
You guys,
zooms by. I was like, oh.
On Friday, I was awake from like 5 a.m. I was out in the sun all day for this project that I'm helping and working on. And I had just driven from LA back home to San Diego. It was 2.5 hours after like doing that all week. I was just exhausted.
Yeah.
And I don't know anyone that has this truck. And like I'm
And she
in
didn't
my own
see my text,
I
to
didn't
be
see
clear.
her text. And I'm trying to pull into my own parking garage. Like, why are you honking at me?
She didn't even look, though.
I
Like,
didn't
that's
even
what was
look.
crazy. She just...
I literally was like dead straight ahead, just focused on getting to my
No,
parking
and
spot.
you looked pissed.
I
Like,
was
you
so
looked
tired. It was
mad.
like pure resting bitch face. I'm so mortified that this is this man's first impression of me because it's so funny. I literally Kelsey started honking. His windows are tinted, so I didn't see anyone, at least when I first pulled in.
Yeah.
Because like I saw the truck, obviously knew it was there, but I couldn't see your guys' faces either.
Yeah.
So when I
I
pulled
think it
up,
is pretty tinted, actually.
when I pulled up and you peace signed, you honked, I literally was just like, threw up the peace sign and kept going.
Then, like,
I didn't,
not...
and I couldn't tell you why I did that. I could have just done nothing.
Yeah. Or just, like, looked, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know why
And look,
I
just
wanted to give a response.
Almost like you're a fucking celebrity and, like, people are just, like... they're just like, oh, paparazzi got me again.
That is so funny. And then right after that happened, my brain is finally catching up, and I'm like, that was so weird that random person in that random truck that I literally don't know anyone that drives a truck. I'm not expecting to have anyone over.
Yeah.
Like, just honked at
But
me.
the best part is that she knew that he was over, and she knew that he drove a truck,
Yeah.
but still, like, didn't connect
I
the
did
dots.
not connect the dots. So immediately after that happened, I see Kelsey's name pop up on like my CarPlay.
Because I text her, I go, hey.
And I was like, in my mind, I was already connecting how weird it was. And then I saw her name and I was like, oh my God. I was like, that was him in his truck. And so I opened my phone, sorry, texting and driving, and it's Kelsey going, hey, LOL, in all caps. And then I see her text above that's like, I'm going up with him in his truck. When you pull in, stop, and I'm going to hop in with
Yeah.
you. Or like however you worded it. And I was like, oh, fuck.
That's literally what she texted me. And
Yeah.
so I go, oh, there she goes. And he, like, laughed. And then I get a text. And I go, oh, she just texted me. She said, oh, fuck. I go, I figured she didn't
I
see my
felt
text
so
yet.
bad. And then I was like, oh man, I'm so embarrassed that that's what my reaction was in that moment.
Like, why did was actually so funny. Why did you do that?
Why did I do that?
It was so
Why
funny.
did I do that?
So yeah, that was my date. I guess 2 dates. And you guys, literally it's been 2 dates. Like, I have no idea what's gonna happen. We've not talked about being exclusive or anything. Like, it's very early days, but I really genuinely am so excited.
Yeah.
Like, he's just so cute and like we get along so well, and like whatever happens, but I'm just excited to see what is going to happen, you know? And I'm excited, like, I really enjoy hanging out with him, so I'm just excited to see him again.
Hopefully I go on a date or talk to someone soon that makes me feel the same way.
Yeah. I feel like
you never know.
I feel like it'll happen soon.
But yeah, that is it for this episode, you guys.
Ooh, that was kind of a long one. We didn't know it was going to be that long, but
no.
We had some stories.
We had
in
backup
there.
plans just in case.
Yeah,
it went
we
way
did.
shorter than we thought, but we're good.
Thanks for
this
joining.
week. Thanks for joining us, Couch Potatoes. Please keep up with us on social media. We are on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify. All at Kouch Chronicles. Couch
with a K.
Chronicles with a K. We're subscribed. And
Get us to 50.
Please. But thanks for listening. Thanks for joining us.
And congratulations again, neighbor boy.
Yeah, congratulations, neighbor boy. You're right. Congratulations are in order.
And
please
fuck you, liar, and booth guy.
Yeah. Fuck everyone on my list, truly.
Yeah, honestly, most of mine too.
I'm going to dream about the nurse and I's make out tonight.
All right. I'm probably going to dream about tattoo and I'm going to make out tonight.
But, all right. Thanks for watching.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Okay. Bye.